Between 1963 and 1965, a quiet stretch of moorland in Greater Manchester, England, became the burial ground for a series of brutal murders.
5 children, all abducted, tortured and murdered. All but one of them buried here in the marshy peat bogs of Saddleworth Moor.
The Moors murders shocked the nation, revealing a tale of manipulation, cruelty, and pure evil. Ian, Brady, and Myra Hindley were an unlikely pair. Brady, a deeply disturbed young man obsessed with violence and power, met Hindley in 1961 at their workplace in Manchester. Hindley, captivated by Brady's intelligence and dark charisma, quickly became his accomplice. Together, they formed a deadly bond that would leave an indelible mark on Britain. Their first victim was 16-year-old Pauline Reade in July 1963. Pauline was lured into their car by Hindley, who used her innocent appearance to gain trust. Brady later assaulted and murdered Pauline, burying her on Saddleworth Moor. This was just the beginning of a horrifying spree that claimed 5 young lives. The couple's methods were as cruel as they were calculated. Their victims were often lured under false pretenses before being subjected to unspeakable torture. Brady and Hindley took pleasure in prolonging their victims' suffering, inflicting both physical and psychological abuse. Victims were restrained, beaten, and verbally terrorized. Brady, driven by his sadistic fantasies, sexually assaulted several of them, while Hindley actively facilitated these horrific acts. Perhaps the most chilling example was 10-year-old Lesley Ann Downey. After luring her to their home, they forced her to strip while mocking and taunting her. A harrowing audio recording captured Lesley's cries and desperate pleas for her life, with Brady and Hindley responding coldly and cruelly. The couple also photographed their victims during and after the torture, treating these images as trophies of their evil. The final act for each victim was death. Brady used methods such as strangulation and throat slitting, ensuring that their young victims endured hours of suffering before their lives were ended. Their bodies were buried on Saddleworth Moor, hidden away in shallow graves that would only be discovered years later. In 1965, their killing spree came to an end. Hindley's brother-in-law, David Smith, witnessed the murder of 17-year-old Edward Evans and, traumatized by what he saw, reported it to the police. A search of Brady and Hindley's home revealed damning evidence, including the audio recording of Lesley Ann Downey and photographs of their victims. This evidence led investigators to Saddleworth Moor, where the remains of Pauline Reade, Lesley Ann Downey, and John Kilbride were unearthed. Brady and Hindley were arrested and tried in 1966. Brady was convicted of 3 murders and Hindley of 2, both receiving life sentences. In court, Hindley tried to portray herself as a manipulated victim, but the evidence showed her active participation in the crimes. The case left a deep scar on the UK. It wasn't just the brutality of the murders that horrified the public, but the sheer calculation and sadism behind them. Hindley, with her seemingly ordinary appearance, shattered societal assumptions about women's capacity for such cruelty. In the decades following their imprisonment, both sought parole but were consistently denied. Hindley died in 2002 and Brady in 2017, leaving behind a legacy of pain for the families of their victims. The Moors murders remain a grim reminder of the darkness that can reside in human hearts. It's a story of manipulation, calculated evil, and lives stolen far too soon, a chilling chapter in the history of some of the worst crimes imaginable. If you found this deep dive into one of history's most chilling crimes compelling, make sure to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a journey into the darkest corners of human history here on the Crim Vault.